Hello and welcome to Paul's Beer Reviews. I hope you're doing well today. I've got a pale ale to review for you today from Vocation. And this is their latest pale ale. It's the latest one in their core range. It is their Roll With It. It's described as a double dry hop pale ale coming in at 5.2% ABV. So look at the artwork. There we've got a tortoise with a top hat on a skateboard. Of course we have. This was kindly given to me by the guys at Vocation at Brew London. I was chatting with them quite a lot over the weekend, and they were just ridiculously generous all weekend. We kept going over there, chatting with them, trying their beers. Vocation have always been one of my favourite breweries. I was drinking a lot of Life and Death over the weekend on keg, which was great. But yeah, at one point, Mark from Vocation, he chucked a tote bag full of Vocation beers at me, and he chucked in a couple of these, and I was trying this on keg and loved it. But this is the latest in their core range. Mark did tell me that it's likely it will be going into supermarkets soon, because apparently one of the supermarkets, which he couldn't tell me which one, have inquired and said they want it. So look out for this one if you haven't had it already. It is available on the Vocation website. So what's it say? What does it say? It says, this is our free and easy pale with super juicy hops and a pillowy, soft mouthfeel. It's the perfect beer for the good times in life. Hazy, hoppy, and dangerously drinkable. Let's roll. I love that. 440ml can. Let's get this double dry hot pale ale out into a glass. Let's see what we get. So yes, like I say, Vocation were crazy generous all weekend. Gave us so much of their time. We did live streams on the Real Ale Craft Beer Guys channel, Simon, on the Friday night. They came up and got involved with that. And we got speaking to them various different times over the weekend. They were truly brilliant. They say you shouldn't meet your heroes, but I'll tell you what, they destroyed that myth that weekend. They were cracking. So there's the beer. It looks quite similar to the colour of the can, to be fair. It's a hazy, golden looking beer with a one finger, slightly creamy looking head, which is holding itself there quite nicely. Like I say, hazy as you like. You're not seeing nothing through that. It's so hazy, in fact, I'm not really... At the very bottom of the glass, which I doubt the camera's going to pick up, you can see some carbonation rushing up there. But yeah, that's a really hazy, typical kind of tropical looking pale ale. Let's get me starting. See what the aroma tells us. Lovely. Peachy, pineapple, touch of mango, a little bit of grapefruit. I get the feeling there's oats in it. I haven't read the can properly, but I'm getting the feeling there's a slight sort of creamy, vanilla-y aroma, which you often get with beers that got oats in them. But it's a subtle tropical sweetness. It smells lovely. It smells like a Vocation beer. It really does smell good. I'm going to get stuck in. Cheers, guys. Oh, that's juicy. Oh, that is lovely. That is lovely. It's the first time I've drunk it since Brew London. And I've got through quite a bit of it. And now it's been a couple of weeks since the festival to come back to it. Just reminding myself of how good a beer this is. This is lovely. It is really good. Vocation, when it comes to tropical IPAs, light pales, things like that, there's very few breweries that do it as well as Vocation for me. I know a lot of people get excited about their barrel-aged stouts and things like that. But for me, this is where Vocation come into their own, where they do their tropical pales. It's so smashable. It's really nicely carbonated. It's not overly thick. Despite the look of it, that sort of creamy head and the way it's laced in the glass, it's not overly thick. The body on it's light. The carbonation is quite heavy. It's got a really good sort of considerable fizz throughout the flavour. It's really juicy. I'm getting orange juice on the flavour. fresh orange, pineapple, a little bit of peach. Not really getting mango or passion fruit much on this one. It's slightly more citrus with a bit of pineapple chucked in there. It's so drinkable. And there's a nice bitterness at the back end as well. It's got a lovely balance. Like I say, the carbonation's perfect. It really throws that kind of citrus fruit flavour at you initially. The body is light. And then in comes the bitterness. And again, it's a citrus bitterness. Excuse me. Yeah, there wasn't really much in the way of flavour text. Super juicy, pillory soft. So when it said pillory soft, I figured it was going to be like a creamy, but it's not. It's not really at all. It's quite light bodied. It's quite well carbonated. It's really juicy. It's really, really drinkable. That is a smasher. Yeah, really juicy. The more I drink it, I've got to say it's a really juicy pale ale. It's beautiful. The orange, it's particularly orange. The orange really seems to be standing out. And I think it's that body. I think it's that carbonation and the body to it. It's slightly reminiscent of a Fanta. I'm not going to say it's anywhere near as orangey as a Fanta, but the orange, the citrus that comes through on this is really quite prominent. And I say there's a bit of pineapple there. Subtle bit of vanilla in the middle. I've got the ingredients here. Malted barley, wheat, oats. There we go. That's all it says. So the oats that are in there, they haven't gone mad with it. It's not overly creamy. It's not overly thick. I think the wheat, if anything, is more prominent on the mouthfeel than the oats. But it's got a nice bitterness. Again, it's very citrusy. Really citrusy. Really smashable. Really drinkable. This is dangerous. I tell you what, if they put that in the supermarket, that will fly off the shelves. I recommend this massively. It's another Belton from Vocation. It really is. It's nearly gone, which says it all. Roll with it. 5.2% ABV, double dry hop pale ale. You do get that hint of the dry hopped element that they do right at the end of the brewing. And it just leaves that nice bitter finish, which gives it a very well-rounded drinking experience. It's juicy, it's fruity, it's really well carbonated. It's got a lovely kind of drinkable mouthfeel to it, and then it finishes nicely with a bit of bitterness at the back end, which gives you a full sort of beer drinking experience. It's a cracker. I really, really like it. Like I say, I drank a lot of it over Brew London, and they gave me a few cans to take away. And this was my last one, so I'm going to have to go to the Vocation website and order some more now. But this may be going into the supermarkets, as Mark alluded to when I was chatting with him at Brew London. This is a winner. It's an absolute winner. I really enjoyed their hop skip juice that Vocation released last year in supermarkets. This is a step up from that for me. This is as good, easily, and better. It's juicier. I think it's got a bit more of a drinkable mouthfeel to it. If it is going into supermarkets, I think it might come a little bit too late. They could have done with this going in supermarkets at the beginning of summer, sort of May time, as we're sort of approaching middle of August now. You've still got time. If you go onto the website, you can order this, and it's well worth it. It's a lovely beer. I'm going to finish it. Beautiful, juicy, slightly tropical, more citrus though. Lovely bitterness at the back end, gives it a really well-rounded flavour. It's a belter. Vocation, roll with it. They're double dry hop pale ale, coming in at 5.2% ABV. I've not got a bad word to say about it, and because of that, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. So 10 out of 10, Vocation, smashing it out of the park once again. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Give it a thumbs up if you have. Till my next one, you take care.